What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and I figured we would do something different today. I want to talk about a game that is coming out later this month, but is actually available to play right now, and that is Kirby. Kirby's coming out. I love Kirby. Behind me, you can't really see too well, but there's a ton of Kirby games there. I feel like Kirby, along with like Animal Crossing, maybe some Star Fox, Mario Party, those are like my favorite Nintendo games, so I was really excited to try this out. So there's actually a demo over on the eShop that you guys can play. The demo took me about 30 minutes. I played through it twice. I'll tell you why later. But let me just say, this game sucks. Literally, like you suck things. No, this game is great. Let's talk about it today. First thing I want to talk about is the visuals, okay? This game looks amazing. I feel like, you know, the stylized graphics and everything, this might be one of the best looking Nintendo Switch games. Like, I'm being completely serious. Like, the worlds are amazing. And I really like the direction that they went with this. I feel like adding in, or like having this bright, colorful character with Kirby playing in sort of like an abandoned world, I feel like works pretty well. Like, it's a very good contrast here. The worlds that we were able to play, again, we were only able to play like 2 levels and like a boss battle. They were interesting enough. They're very samey, but like it's all supposed to be in the same world, at least these 2 levels. But yeah, they were amazing looking. I like that the way that you played with the camera a little bit. There was like some hidden things. As far as the gameplay itself, it plays pretty much like a Kirby game. You're going to be going around, sucking up enemies, trying to get different powers, using those powers. The thing that I really liked about this, and they haven't really expanded on this too much, but in the full game, you're actually going to be able to upgrade your powers. So, for example, there's like 4 powers that you can use in this demo. I think there's like 4 or 5 powers. So on your first playthrough, you're using these powers. You got like a sword power, you got an ice power. And then once you beat the demo, you can actually go back in and they show you what the powers look like when they're upgraded or evolved, I think is what they call them. So when you play it the first time around, you'll have this sword that's pretty good. I mean, it's the standard Kirby sword. But when you go back in the second time, it is a stronger sword. It's a longer sword. So that's really cool. I think there's a mechanic in this game where you can like upgrade your abilities and things like that, which is gonna, you know, extend this game's life a little bit. Kirby games are generally usually short. I feel like this game can't be more than 10 hours when it comes out, but you know, there's some charm in like collecting things and doing different objectives. That was another thing that I noticed. There was like this mini objective where you had to find like 5 red flowers. So little things like that. There's also like little capsules that you can collect, which are amazing. They're like little dioramas. So yeah, I feel like replay value, it's definitely going to be there in the full game. At the end of the trailer, if you don't want to avoid too many spoilers, they show like pretty much what the rest of the game is going to look like. I feel like they almost showed too much there, but it looks very exciting. So one of the things, the first thing that I noticed is there's a lot of cinematics in this. So there's a lot of like cutscenes, and you know, the story seems like it's pretty interesting from what we got. These cutscenes look amazing. Like Nintendo is king at like rendering these out. So they look really amazing. But when the demo first starts, you're actually like brought out of a cutscene, but it's super smooth. So you still feel like you're in that cutscene, and then the game starts playing and you're like, oh my God. That was my first impression. The other thing, even before that, you can actually choose your difficulty. So there's like a casual mode, and then there's like a hardcore mode. I was very curious. Like, I usually play Kirby to like relax a little bit, but I wanted to try out both. And I gotta say, I didn't really see any difference with this. I mean, if you played the demo and you saw a difference, this is an easy game. Kirby is an easy game, at least for now. I think most of the challenge comes with, like I said, collecting things. But yeah, the difficult mode wasn't difficult at all. I mean, I'm not complaining here. I'm just saying the 2 different offerings, if you're looking at this and you're like, oh my God, there's a hard mode, I can't handle that. You can. It's super easy. The big gimmick for this time around for Kirby is Mouthful mode. And there was 3 different like special powers that they offered in this demo. The first one being Kirby, which is the car that you can suck up and drive around in. I don't think I mentioned this before, but this game like controls immaculate. So Yeah, there's like this car that you can go in and you could drive around. It's super fun. There's also like a vending machine where you can like spit out cans at enemies. And then there's also one that you actually use the most in this demo. It's like a cone where you suck up the cone and then you can jump and hit B and you basically like smash down and do like a smash attack. You can use that on enemies. You can use it on like little cracks in the level. So the new gimmick, the new thing for this game, I thought was actually implemented quite well. It didn't feel overpowering. It didn't overstay its welcome. Like, you can't use it throughout the entire level, but there are sections where you can use it, and it feels cool. Like, you feel it's wacky, it's Kirby. Like, I really like that. To go along with that, the enemy varieties and like the bosses that you actually face quite a bit of enemies in here. I feel like, you have the returning characters that Kirby's known for, but you also have different bosses. So you have like mini bosses, and then you have level bosses. So just for example, there's this like snapping turtle boss, and you're like the cone Kirby, and you have to like smash holes in the ground and avoid the turtle's attack. So I really liked that one. That was probably my favorite boss. There is this big boss at the end, which again, in both of the modes, the easy and the difficult mode, I feel like it was pretty, like it was easy. I feel like anyone watching this can beat this demo, no problem. Something that was really cool, the second time around that I played the demo, I used the ice power, and I actually noticed that you can freeze the boss. So again, these evolved abilities seem pretty involved. Like, I think it's definitely worth upgrading these powers. But yeah, the enemy varieties were great. There was these like bigger enemies. There was also these like sort of gauntlet style where you would like walk through the level, it would close off, and then you have to defeat all the enemies to progress. And then, like I said, the level sort of puzzle boss, where you're kind of navigating, trying not to get hit. So if you couldn't tell, this was an amazing demo. Go download it right now. Of course, if you want to just wait for the full game to come out, you can do that too. But it is up on the eShop. Just search Kirby, download the demo. With the cutscenes and everything, like I said, it was like about 30 minutes. If you skip everything, it's about like a 15-minute demo. But you definitely, if you're on the fence and you kind of just want to know what this game's about, this demo I think is perfect. It brings you through 2 levels, gives you the abilities, lets you try out the new Mouthful mode, and even gives you a full boss battle. So yeah, I had an amazing time. Like, I'm so pumped. I will be streaming this game on the channel and completing it. And again, if you take anything away from this, just go play the demo. And then come back here and let me know how you liked the demo. Anything I said today was kind of like, what are you talking about, Pat? But yeah, I enjoyed it. So this game sucks. See you later, guys. Bye.